Let's run through some 2024 top fives, including Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Director. And I will basically tell you, if I were the Academy, who would I nominate for each of these categories, and who would I pick to win? Best Visual Effects, my top five include Dune Part 2, Alien Romulus, Furiosa, Gladiator, and Nosferatu. Dune Part 2 being the clear standout. What Denis was able to capture is absolutely unparalleled. I love what they did in Alien Romulus. I love what they did in Nosferatu, incorporating practical effects as well as CG. And then Furiosa, again, I think is just one of the best looking movies of the year. And Gladiator, you got sharks in the Colosseum. There was no way this wasn't going to be top five. Best animated feature, not the strongest year for animation. I have The Wild Robot at number 1, Transformers 1 at number 2, Inside Out 2 at number 3, Watchmen Chapter 1 at 4, and Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 at number 5. Wild Robot and Transformers 1 are for sure my 1 and 2. They're the only two animated movies that have come out this year that I have felt the need to rewatch. For Best Cinematography, my nominations would be Greg Fraser for Dune 2, Simon Dugan for Furiosa, Jarin Blaschke for Nosferatu, Eric K. Yu for I Saw the TV Glow, and Sharon Meir for Monkey Man. Again, I love Dune 2. You guys know this. What Greg Fraser and Denis were able to capture, these massive, massive set pieces and these massive, massive shots, I think just look absolutely stunning. Furiosa, I see the discourse on Twitter. I know the backlash this movie gets. I do not understand it. That is one of the best looking movies of the decade, not even of 2024. And then Nosferatu, TV Glow, and Monkey Man, I think are absolutely brilliant. 3 movies where there are so many shot selections, so many sequences, so many visuals that I just have not stopped thinking about. Best score, I think this was one of the tougher categories to put together just because of how many phenomenal scores we've had this year. I've got Hans Zimmer for Dune 2 at number 1, Junkie XL for Furiosa at number 2, Robin Carolyn for Nosferatu at 3, Jerome Robitaille for Monte Cristo at number 4, and Bryce Dessner for We Live in Time at number 5. I love what Hans is doing with these Dune movies. He captures these worlds and this story and this massive science fiction epic so perfectly. Tom Hulkenberg, Junkie XL, and Furiosa. I still think Mad Max is the better score and the one I feel the need to re-listen to more often, but it's the same energy. It's the same massive score for Furiosa that I absolutely love. And then Nosferatu, The Count of Monte Cristo, and We Live in Time. 3 other scores from this year that I just find myself re-listening to the most. Best Director was tough. I think there are a lot of names that deserve to be in this top 5, but I ended up with Denis Villeneuve at number 1, George Miller at number 2, Robert Eggers at number 3, Jane Schoenbrunn at number 4, and Dev Patel at number 5. I squeezed Dev Patel in there because it was his debut, and I think what he was able to do in his directorial debut is absolutely insane. Jane Schoenbrunn crafted something wildly special with I Saw the TV Glow, and then Robert Eggers, George Miller, and Denis, kind of my clear top 3. I think what they were able to do in Nosferatu, Furiosa, and Dune 2, respectively, is just so beautifully catered to what they are so good at in filmmaking. Supporting actress, unfortunately, this year is just kind of a nothing award. I don't think there are any wild standouts. I ended up with Ariana Grande for Wicked at number 1, Joan Chen for Dee Dee at number 2, Rebecca Ferguson for Dune 2 at number 3, Kaylee Spaney for Civil War at 4, and Isabella Rossellini for Conclave at 5. Ariana and Joan Chen are easily my top 2. It's a damn shame Joan Chen is not going to be nominated for an Oscar. Supporting actor, Chris Hemsworth for Furiosa is easily my number 1 pick of the year. It is stunning to me that he is being overlooked throughout awards season. Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok in Nosferatu is my number 2. Austin Butler in Dune 2 is my number 3. Gabriel LaBelle for Snack Shack is my number 4. And Javier Bardem for Dune Part 2 is my number 5. Best Actress, wildly tough to put together. I think there have been a handful of phenomenal lead actress performances. I ended up with one being Lily Rose Depp in Nosferatu. She is insane. She is so good in this movie. Anya Taylor-Joy is my number 2. Angelina Jolie for Maria is my number 3. Florence Pugh for We Live in Time is my number 4, and Micah Monroe for Longlegs is my number 5. There are a handful of women that could have sneaked their way into this top 5, but looking at this list, I think this is what I'm most comfortable with right now. It looks right to me. Best Actor was also tough. I don't think there is a clear number 1 the way there has been in the past couple of years, but my top 5 that I ended up with, number 1 is Timothée Chalamet in Dune Part 2. Number 2 is Dev Patel in Monkey Man. Number 3 is Glenn Powell for Hitman. Number 4 is Pierre Niney for The Count of Monte Cristo. And number 5 is Josh Hartnett for Trap. These are the 5 performances that I just haven't stopped thinking about all year. There are some other phenomenal performances that have come out this year, including Adrian Brody in The Brutalist, including Timothée Chalamet in A Complete Unknown, but they just haven't stuck with me the way these 5 have. And then I already posted my top 15 movies of the year, so if you want to take a look at that full list, go back to one of my previous videos. But my top 5 in picture would be Dune 2, Furiosa, Nosferatu, We Live in Time, and Trap, and Dune 2 being my obvious pick for the best picture of 2024.